It's like a frozen pizza, and a bad one at that. I'd rather chew on a rubber tire. Greetings, sentient ones, and welcome to a very special edition of Vegan Dan's Takeout Review with your host with the hummus, Vegan Dan, all kale Vegan Dan. Today, I'm going to review the three faceless corporations that monopolize pizzas on the high street. That is Papa John's, Domino's, and Pizza Hut. I'm here outside Pizza Hut today, not because I have any predilection for that particular pizza chain, but just because it was the last stop on my click and collect journey to bring you these three pizzas. Now, before I even start the review, just in terms of money, they're all extortionate. Let's face it. For what is essentially a glorified cheese sandwich, it must be the biggest markup on any product I can think of, other than coffee perhaps. They see you coming. But we've got here, you can see by the size, we've got a small here for $14.49. Absolutely extortionate. Absolutely extortionate, Papa John's. Domino's is the cheapest here at $9.99. Apparently I'm making a $9.99 saving. I think it's £19 normally. Whatever, that's what I paid for it today, and that's how much it costs in my mind. And Pizza Hut, again, $12.29. It looks bigger, it's a medium compared to the smaller. So let's start with Papa John's then, okay? So this is the most expensive, yet the smallest, go figure. Now this is considered the posher, I guess, of the pizza chain. And I must say, I'm underwhelmed. I am surprised, I was expecting a little less actually. The pepperoni and the pepperoni looks a reasonable size. Right, you can see like a reasonable smattering of toppings there. So we're gonna just pull this out here. Let's take a look. Yeah, the flop's okay. The crust looks relatively crispy. There's no stone bake, you know, on this pizza. It's obviously chucked into some kind of, I don't know, corporate oven. All right, I'm gonna say, normally, the cheese is like some kind of reconstituted sick, you know, like cat sick, which isn't even vegan. But actually, this has got a reasonably inoffensive taste. It's not too bad. I can live with this. But £14.49. This must have cost all but what, 30 pence, 40 pence to make? I don't know. I mean, could have done with more vegetables, less cheese. Actually, I'd say they got the balance pretty right. They put the balance okay. I mean, for what is essentially, you know, probably frozen, vegetables frozen in China and flown over. Right. Crust is crispy. Not so kidding about that sausage type thing. I mean, I just prefer some healthy, delicious, you know, vegetables. What's wrong with that? But you know, that's what we're at. It's junky high street chain pizza. So we're reviewing it, and that's what I'm here to do today. Right. Okay, moving swiftly along. Let's check out Domino's. I don't know, is that everyone's favorite? First off the bat, vegan friendly. I resent that. I mean, why can't they just say, are they ashamed of it being vegan? I mean, it's vegan, it's not vegan friendly. It's either vegan or it isn't, you know? It's a vegan pizza. So this is the lowest price point, $9.99. And straight away, we're getting more value for a buck here. I mean, it's obviously twice the size of the $14.49 Papa John's. You can see there's probably more vegetable on here, more topping, bit of sweet corn. Much better, much better. The cheese is bland, but it's better. You don't notice it. Let's be honest, you don't really want to notice vegan cheese on a pizza. I mean, I've had some very decent vegan cheese, but that's from Gautier, you know, he's a chef, you know. I've had some decent mozzarella, some ricotta with a bit of pine nut, but you know, which would be amazing on a pizza, which you'd expect in a decent pizza, but you're not going to get that. You know, you're just going to get your tin sweet corn, imported Chinese vegetables, frozen. But yeah, I've got to say, tomato sauce a little richer. I've got to say it's better than Papa John's at the moment. That's a clear winner. I wouldn't say there's daylight between the two of them, but I would say it's a clear winner. And they gave me this complimentary garlic herb thing. I mean, that's an optional that on the other menus that I had to pay for, which I will not. I refuse. Good. Punchy. Punchy. So, look. Domino's, well done. So far, you're ahead. And I don't really hold out much hope for Pizza Hut because I have eaten there quite recently. I didn't think much. I don't know if they've you know, there's not going to be the only thing that's going to happen there is the accountant's going to come in and said, look, you're going to have to reduce the thickness of the pepperoni slices here because we're not making a big enough margin. That's all it's going to be. That's all these high street chains are about. It's about accountants doing this and that. I mean, what is that? That is absolutely dreadful. That is absolutely dreadful. I mean, I was here bang on 1 o'clock when I paid for the order, but this is dry. You can see. I mean, it's like a frozen pizza, and a bad one at that. I'd rather chew on a rubber tire. I mean, yeah, I like that it's thin, but that's it. I mean, I've got a right mind to take this back. What cheese that is on there, which is apparently Violife, which, I don't know, might ordinarily be a good brand of cheese, a tasty brand, but it doesn't taste very good on this pizza. I'm like, £12.29. I mean, you better just get a slice of white bread, chew on that, and squeeze a tube of like tomato paste in your mouth. Whatever. It's a glorified cheese and tomato sandwich. I mean, I don't really need to. I shouldn't really even dignify this with a review. I mean, you can see it is what it's exactly what you see before you is what you get. It's just a lifeless, limp. Well, not limp, crispy, but uninspired. No, just no. So, you know, I think first things first, before I give this my final verdict, you know, first, second, third place, it's the lesser of, which is the lesser of three evils, and that's what it comes down to. It's just extortionate. We've got to do something about this. We cannot be paying these prices for a cheese and tomato sandwich. It's absolutely, I just can't believe we accept that as a society. You could soon, I mean, this is so far removed, this bastardized version of so far removed from Italy, from how it was intended. This kind of piece of frozen dough that's chucked on a production line and smeared with tomato paste by matey who's probably checking his Instagram post when his boss isn't looking. There's no love, there's no passion in what goes into this. You know, it's just, yet it goes on. I'm starting to think that these guys are in cahoots with one another. I'm starting to think they're saying, well, look, we've clearly, whoa, there's a garlic explosion, garlic napalm everywhere, people. Look out. At least it's vegan. You know, I think they're in cahoots. They're saying, look, we're cornering the market here. We've obviously got the monopoly. Just let's all keep this pizza crap. You know, I don't want any of you to make any, you know, interesting innovations or change your suppliers and get some, you know, wonderful produce. Let's just keep it crap. You know, let's just keep it sort of frozen, imported. I'm going to take you to a bit more Domino's as I go on this spiel. Whatever. But, you know, it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like price fixing, but they're just keeping it crap so that we don't go elsewhere. Also, they can keep each other in business. I mean, anything, anywhere. I mean, just before you order a pizza, before you think, well, what should we get for a takeout? Think outside the box, literally. Think outside this pizza box. Get an Indian. Wonderful. You know, think about the love that goes into that. You know, the roasting, the garlic, the fragrance. You know, there's love, there's passion, it's steep in tradition, culinary history. Love goes into that. You know, this is just factory line crap. Yes, it's vegan, but this is not how a vegan should eat. Well, in my mind, no. There's so many lovely, wonderful, naturally vegan takeaway options. And I could list all places that I've reviewed on this channel so far. You could go to any one of them and you're going to get a better standard of food. But that said, yes, pizzas are extortionate. Yes, we need to boycott pizzas. Yes, we need to go elsewhere. You need to exhaust every other takeaway option before you actually resort to getting these. So, but let's say that said, Domino's, I'd say half the price. Yes, I resent the vegan-friendly branding. It's just vegan. But a better pizza all round, better quality, assembled better. You've got far more. I mean, you've got far more topping coverage. Cheese is less, you know, you don't really taste it. It's not as offensive. It's half the price. It came with the complimentary garlic herb, which I will pick up, but is currently sitting there on the floor. So it has to go to Domino's. You're marginally better than Papa John's and Pizza Hut. Oh. Papa John's, you're a close second, and there's daylight between you and Pizza Hut, which is just a dehydrated, reconstituted cardboard mess.